to iCabbi Fleet Beat, where today we are going all the way up to northern Canada to Roman in Yellow Cab in Edmonton. Hello, Roman. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm great. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You're about as far up north as you get, right?
Yeah, we're the last major city in North America before you hit the tundra, I guess. We're in a city of 1.5 million people, and we are one of the first iCabbi users here in Alberta.
Okay, so you're coming up to your 5-year birthday next April, I believe. And Roman, you have a bit of a claim to fame when it comes to iCabbi customers, because you weren't at your go live 5 years ago when the iCabbi team came to visit you guys in Edmonton, because you were at an actual real life human go live.
Absolutely. We went live on April 20th, 2017. And that's the day when my second son was born. So I was actually on a laptop in the hospital while my wife was screaming at me to put down the laptop.
You're like, this cloud thing really works.
It was a balance between childbirth and iCabbi. Yeah, so my youngest son, he's Julius, and his middle name Isaac, nickname iCabbi Goman.
Julius, iCabbi, we love it. Okay, so they're both in your world the same as each other. How have things been with your professional birth of iCabbi then 5 years ago? How have things been for you since then?
Well, when we looked for a new dispatch provider, our focus was always on customer service. We put customer service as the #1 priority for the dispatch system that was going to take us to next level. And iCabbi was chosen for that because of its ability to provide the improvement over any other provider of dispatch services for customer service. And over the last 5 years, the quality of our customer experience has changed tremendously. And as a result, my personal experience, my personal professionalism, this has allowed me and our company to take lead in our industry here and provide a much better product and take a larger stake of the city of the business from our other competitors, and allowed us to compete with the types of Uber and everything like that.
So you have 650 taxis now. How many taxis did you have when you first joined iCabbi?
We were around 600 cars. I mean, we are in a frozen market environment, so there's less movement. But you've seen what the biggest change is. Yes, we've gained cars. Yes, we've managed to use iCabbi in our other services like paratransit, and we've blended the two services together. But one of the biggest gains you see is in the driver's incomes. As we get more customers calling us, because of improved customer service, customer communications, that's the overall gains to us, and not just in cars, but in the way drivers' incomes.
Well, I mean, all drivers want to make more money. So if you can keep your drivers happy, then you've got the basic recipe for a very happy fleet owner as well, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. We're in a much better place with the quality of our product than we were before iCabbi. It's day and night. iCabbi basically brought us into the 21st century and allowed us to provide a service and allowed us to meet the challenges like with the pandemic. I don't know if we would have been able to do this with other providers compared to what we've done with iCabbi.
Great to hear. And what about your automation levels then when you joined iCabbi? Was there an immediate improvement in those?
Well, we basically went from zero automation to, I would say on day one, I think we jumped right to 35% automation when we went live with iCabbi. We are currently sitting at just about 75% automation on our dispatch trips.
Okay, so that's pretty spectacular. I know that part of that has been that you guys upgraded to our Voice Plus product some time ago. Not all of it hasn't actually gone on general release yet, so you've been lucky to be able to access it. But I think before you were on our regular voice, our IVR phone system, and what was your automation at that point?
Before we went to Voice Plus, our automation was around 55%. With Voice Plus, we managed to push ourselves up to that 75% level. We've been with Voice Plus now for 2 years. We went with Voice Plus right around at the start of the pandemic. And I'm not going to lie, there was challenges and there was changes, and we worked well with the iCabbi team to try and improve the product, help improve the product for both of us, so that our customer experience, our dispatch experience was better, and iCabbi got a better product out of it.
So what's the big difference between what you're getting with Voice Plus compared to what you have with the general voice?
The biggest change is allowing, number one, we are in Edmonton, the city, we have a lot of one-time users. Voice Plus allowed our one-time users immediately go to automation through the phone system by allowing to verbalize their addresses instead of using historic addresses. We still use historic address. We have a hybrid system where we use historic addresses and then voice recognition system with Voice Plus. But the ability to allow new customers to immediately use Voice Plus was the biggest gain for the system.
Okay, so yeah, the difference between a phone press to press 1 for this previous address to just state your address now, it means all of those calls that would have gone to the call center are no longer being routed there straight to automation. So that means you must be saving then in terms of your staff headcount then in your call centers. How many people have you been able to replace, I guess, with automation?
Well, with the automation, I don't want to go into hard numbers, but our call center, I think we've definitely reduced probably a solid 40% of our staffing.
Wow. Okay. And without going into hard numbers, what kind of cost saving does that look like to you guys, say like weekly or annually even?
I would say we're probably easily annually close to $500,000 in savings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Yeah, that's so it's big gains, it allows us to compete, allows us to keep our costs down, allows us not to push the costs onto our drivers, making us more competitive. Yeah, and just I'm really focused on customer service, and the customer experience has gotten so much better because they don't have to sit on hold waiting for a telephone agent. They can deal with self-manage their taxi experience.
Absolutely. So Roman, you're coming up to your 5-year birthday, and your son's birthday as well with iCabbi. 5 years looking back over that time, would you recommend iCabbi to any other taxi fleets who are maybe thinking, coming out of the pandemic, it's time for a fresh start? Would you point them towards iCabbi?
I would absolutely recommend iCabbi. I think iCabbi is the best product out there, no, far none. If you want to stay competitive with the Uber style companies or even other taxi companies in your city, iCabbi is the way to go. iCabbi has the flexibility for you to compete and to grow. And even if for people who lack the computer skills, it allows you to have a product that puts you on the same level as other providers.
Well, congratulations for doing so well in your business over the past time. What's next? I know winters is soon hitting, or maybe it has hit already. I know the pandemic is still happening, but what do you see in the future for Yellowcab?
Well, we're still down probably a few cars here due to the pandemic. The goal is to get our fleet back up to pre-pandemic dates. That's number one goal. And we want to grow. We want to use iCabbi more with our paratransit services, join forces there and help out the city more by integrating our taxi fleet with our paratransit fleet. I see real growth for us also in our black car service. We're trying to promote our black cars. So we've switched our black car system to sedan service to iCabbi. So we're hoping that will grow a lot of our airport transfers, business transfers, and special events business on iCabbi. Diversity of product is the key here, and in order to compete, we need to offer more different type of products. And iCabbi gives us that platform. It allows us to have taxis, paratransit, black car service right on one single platform on a single bureau.
You sound like you do have a lot of plans and lots of ambition as well, which is great. So Roman, let's catch up again soon, hopefully in person at some point. I can't say I've got any plans immediately to be going to the very the very tip of Canada, but let's hope that we meet up in person. And if not, we will do another Fleet Feet soon, hopefully on the sunnier side of next year.
Oh, hopefully. And if you do come up here, try to make it up in July when it's nice and warm.
Well, that sounds good. I would like
it.
Okay, thanks very much, Roman. See you soon.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Take care.